Welcome to the Crack of Dawn. It's Dawn Lombardi with the Crack of Dawn. I'm so excited. I just met Angel. Angel's here with me right now, and the cameras will show her. Angel and I met about 5 minutes ago, maybe a half an hour ago. And Angel goes to Miss Porter. She's from New Canaan, Connecticut, and we are just learning about each other, and it's so great. So Angel's graduating from Miss Porter's, right?
Yeah.
In about a week, like a couple weeks, couple weeks left, and she's got finals now. And we just got introduced from Christina at the Hillstead, and we just hit it off. So here we are. So I was like, Angel, come on the show. And she was like, I would love it. And so Angel got into 2 schools. One was Cornell, right? Were there more than just 2 or just the Cornell? Did you apply to a ton of schools?
Yeah.
You did? Like how many? A lot?
A lot.
A lot. So that's what people do. Is it still like $65 per application, or is it more?
Depends.
Probably more, right?
Yeah.
Depends on the place. So she applied, she got into Cornell, which is like crazy, and then UPenn, right? And so she's picking UPenn, which is so exciting. And, I know I went to Boston University. I know it's fancy, but it's very hard to get into these schools. It's very hard, isn't it? It's very hard. Was your essay more to do with getting into that school, or was it more your grades?
I think both.
Both?
They look at it holistically.
They do?
Yeah.
Yep. And then Angel's going to go over to China, because that's where she reigns from, her parents anyway. And so you're going to go there over the summer? Mm-hmm. What's the weather like there over the summer? Is it just like this, hot?
Hotter.
It's hotter in China? It is?
Yeah, the place where I go is.
And then what about where your family's from? Is it like really city, like buildings everywhere, and like in New York City, just people everywhere, or more like farm? You can have a horse and stuff.
It's in the middle.
It is?
Yeah, suburbs, but
I've never been to China. I can't believe it. So she's on the show. Now what we're doing is like, obviously you guys all know I love to paint cupcakes. And cupcakes are really easy, but to sell cupcakes is very hard because they've got to be perfect. So this particular painting was a great cupcake painting. And I don't know who owns this. I think it's Vanessa Gabor. Hi, Vanessa. She lives in New York, and I think she has this painting. I'm not sure, Vanessa. But we're going to try to paint cupcakes tonight. We're going to try to do it in 30 minutes, and we're just going to chat and get to know Angel. And I just realized that Angel's brother went to Tabor Academy, where my sister's son, my nephew, goes. So very, very nice school, again. So we are just like, doing the cupcakes. Of course, it just looks like some mountains. We're doing the background first. And then she's got an easel. I don't, but we don't care. And then we've got our paints here. Again, everybody thinks like, oh, Dawn, how do you make any money as an artist? You use plates. And I'm like, well, you know what? It has nothing to do with using fancy stuff. It really doesn't. It's sort of like when rich people live in a shack. Have you ever met like rich people that just don't care and they live in like a shack? Or like people that go on cross country and they live in a camper? That's kind of in now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are all the girls at Miss Porter's going to college, or you have some that aren't?
I think all of them
Most of them are going? What about military? Does anybody do military? Like very rarely, right?
I think might be one last.
Maybe one or two?
Yeah.
Isn't it funny? And then she lives in, what is it called, Colony?
Humphrey.
Yeah. So she lives in Humphrey. I painted Ward. Did you know I used to be a maid at Miss Porter's? I cleaned. Well, I figured, you don't have to be a teacher at Miss Porter's to have your kid go there for free. You can be a cook, a maid. You don't have to be a teacher. So I figured, I'll just clean because I used to be a maid a long time ago in Aspen, Colorado. And I thought, I'll just clean. And so I loved it. I thought it was great. But anyway, that's just one of the things probably people don't know. You don't have to be a teacher to have your kid go there for free. You can, be a maid. You can work in the kitchen. You can do whatever you want. And so she's in New Canaan. So that's like, how long is that from here? Like 30 minutes?
An hour.
It's an hour?
And 30 minutes. There's a traffic jam, too.
Traffic jam is bad? Yeah, we're just going to paint along. We'll show you what we're doing. We're going to try to do one episode. Hers might come out better than mine. Don't worry about the drips. Hers is dripping because, it drips. So is mine.
Yeah.
And then also paint the sides. And we're using, so when you took art with Greer at Miss Porter's, you probably used oil paint, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
oil
have
paint.
acrylics, too.
Oh, they did? Mm-hmm. Oh, they did? Yeah, so I'm trained as an oil painter because at Boston University, they would not like this. Yeah, no, I'm trained as an oil painter. But the oil paints are extremely expensive and they take forever to dry. Did you ever notice that?
Yeah.
They take so long to dry. So we're starting out with the background here, and we're sharing paints, and we're using just, plastic plates here. And then, so Miss Porter's is a fun place to go. Did your mom go to Miss Porter's or no?
No.
She didn't?
Yeah.
And then when you went and toured Miss Porter's, did you tour other places? Like, did you look at, like, Ethel Walker and, like, what's the other ones? There's a whole bunch of girls' schools out here. Ethel Walker.
Emma
What's another
Willard.
one? Oh, God. Where's that one? Emma Willard? I've never even...
New York.
It is?
Yeah.
What about the gunnery?
No.
No.
Not. I haven't.
Well, there's also, not to be mean, but there are also, places that are private and expensive that are for kids that are troubled. And that's fine, too, because everybody has troubled kids every now and then. It's not mean. It's just there's tons of private schools. I mean, Paris Hilton, not to be mean. Hi, Paris, if you're watching. Paris Hilton, I think, got kicked out of a lot of schools. And I think it just wasn't the right place for her. But I mean, I think she went to a very strict school that she always says was awful, and she did not like it. So, I almost went to Williston. Have you ever heard of that? Williston? Yeah, because I'm from Northampton. But the funny thing is Williston, they call it Williston, Northampton, but guess what? It's not in Northampton. It's in East Hampton. That's where my husband's from. I know. I think Northampton at the time was fancier than East Hampton, so they always called it Williston, Northampton. But now East Hampton's kind of, I wouldn't say it's nicer than Northampton, but they never called it Williston, East Hampton. And it's not in Northampton. Not one part of the campus is in Northampton. But they always call it Williston, Northampton. And then Angel did some sports. You did crew, right? What was your favorite? You did squash, crew, what else?
Cross country.
Cross country, I couldn't stand.
Cross country.
Did you like running?
Really?
I like
it, yeah.
Really?
It's also kind of accessible because you can just go on
true.
the street.
Because Miss Sorters is like right there. That is funny. And then here, I'm just putting this here so we can like rest your brush and grab another one if you want to. Oh, hers is looking better than mine. She already has like the things in, so I'm going to do mine too. So basically, cupcakes are easy too. But it's not about being easy. It's about selling it when it's done. So like the cupcake might be cute, but you know what? If it doesn't look great like mine here, like this one was amazing. It's just like, getting all small. I mean, Vanessa out in New York, she has large paintings of cupcakes, but I usually do them small. Because you know what? Cupcakes are small. Nobody wants a big, huge painting of a cupcake, except Vanessa, and hers was very good. And again, we're just going to go slow here. And I mean, hopefully, like hers might look better than mine. I don't mind. And then will you go out, did you pick to have a roommate at UPenn?
Still in the process.
It's so scary getting a roommate. Not to be mean, but I got a roommate, and so she was kind of snotty. Whatever, she's not going to know who I am anymore anyway, but she was kind of snotty, and she put a picture of a guy on our desk. And we were all like, oh my God, he's so good looking. He's gorgeous. And she goes, yeah, that's my boyfriend. So I know it was sneaky, but girls can be sneaky. And one day she was at class and one of my roommates took the picture of her boyfriend out of the frame. And it literally was cut out of a J. Crew magazine. She took a picture of a guy from a J. Crew magazine and she framed it and said it was her boyfriend. And so my friend took it out of the frame and she turned it around and it said like, $13.45, $34.95 for the pants. I mean, we couldn't even believe it. But I didn't like having her as a roommate, So I switched. And, then I lived alone like you. I didn't want to do that. Now you can do the raspberry here. I'm doing it. I've got the wrong color, but it doesn't matter. She's really good at it, actually. Anybody in your family artists? Maybe?
I think that everyone can be an artist.
So do I.
Yeah, but not like, I guess professionally maybe, but
well,
in the sense that...
Yeah. And the hard part about it is like, you go to an all-girls school, and one of the things about, being all girls is it's kind of a man's world. So like every famous artist is always a guy. Every fashion designer, it's always a man. I mean, we got Vera Wang. That's like one. Donna Karan. Who else is a female fashion designer? Not a lot. Donatella Versace. But I mean, it's Calvin Klein. You know, I mean, every single designer is a man. And it's kind of like, well, wait a minute. Why are these guys designing? Look at, oh, hers is better. I'm so mad. But that's okay. We're going to keep going.
No, yours is.
I know, they're so cute. And then we also brought knives right from my, this is right from my kitchen because I didn't have palette knives. Palette knives are they're just basically like a regular knife, but they're bendy and they're plastic. But say you're doing frosting, you know, I grab a big glob of it like this and I just frost the top. But I'm not going to do it now. See what I mean, Angel? Look at that. Look at that. Look, see?
Yeah.
Do that at the end. And you can even put a little bit of this in it. And then I got more white too. He told me to move the jug of white, remember? Rich said move the jugs. We knew exactly which jug he was talking about. Now I can put in a little bit of like, you know, to make it like, oh my God, is that gorgeous?
Nice.
Oh, it's gorgeous. We're having a blast.
Maybe like a coffee
Isn't it
flavor.
so pretty? I know.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that, like, you know, especially kids, you know, that I teach in Hartford. And I love my job. I did not get cut, thank God. I thought I was going to get cut. They're cutting a lot of jobs. But they kept me. I must be so good. I don't know. They didn't cut me. I was so glad. But they're cutting a lot of people. Yeah, they're cutting a lot of teacher jobs. It's sad. And, you know, I wouldn't say it's hard to be a teacher. I mean, it's not hard to be an art teacher, I don't think. I mean, who doesn't like the art? But, like, when you're trying to teach a kid, especially a kid that's, like, gone, like Angel said that, you know, a good part of your Miss Porter's experience was COVID, right? They moved everybody back home. You know, don't forget you're paying tons of money to go here, and then you're at home sitting in your living room. I mean, I would be mad if I was a parent, but there was nothing you could do about it. And then you could always go over stuff. These are just like, you know, lines. And I don't like them perfect. If I wanted to paint a perfect cupcake, I could. But I like it to be whimsical and fun and like, you know, this is just perfect. You just want to pick it up. And this is my signature right there.
Nice.
Yeah. And then her last name is S-H-I, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you say it? C?
Shi.
She. I don't know how to say. She speaks Mandarin. And another kind, too?
Yeah, I think
You do?
the dialects.
The dialects, she said, in China are different. But our director was just saying that she lived in Okinawa. Is that Japan? Okinawa is Japan, so I get it mixed up. But it's awful to say Japanese and China is the same place. I mean, I get it all mixed up. But the girl, our girl tonight, she lived in Okinawa and joined, like, I think she said the Marine Corps. I could never do that, never. And remember, most cupcakes are kind of like chocolatey in the middle. So you can just put them in. Don't worry if you know, if it shows through. Dry brush, wet brush. Isn't this fun?
It is.
And she took art with Greer Torrance, yeah? Mm-hmm. How big were those classes? A lot of people in those classes or not really?
It depends, but around 6 to like
That's perfect.
12 or something.
That's perfect, isn't it? Isn't it perfect?
Yeah.
And I think he and his wife bought a new house. I don't think they live on campus anymore because I looked it up. But yeah, gorgeous. I mean, I love that house. And a lot of Porter's people live there. Yeah.
Nice.
Now, do you like your dorm this year more than the other ones? They're all nice, right?
Yeah, they're all pretty nice.
What's the new one that you said you lived in? McCafferty?
Macumber?
Macumber is the new one?
Yeah.
And that's like down by like where the theater is? Mm-hmm, kind of. And that side road,
like
Porter
on
Road.
Towards the Starbucks, like.
It is?
Towards the
God,
bank.
I can't believe it. Now what we're gonna do is we're using knives from my kitchen drawer to frost the frosting. And it's, you know, I mean, I wouldn't say it's cheating, but when you're ready to frost, you know, you just go in. But don't do it till you're not ready. And do your, you know, you just do the knife. I mean, it's gorgeous.
Yes.
And this is something you can do with your friends. And then, you know what? If it comes out great, you sell it. And everybody says, well, how much do you sell it for? Well, I don't know. The canvas is probably under $10, maybe $5. Everybody knows. You can't lie to people and say, oh, well, the canvas was $50 because everybody knows canvas is not $50. It's just not. And then what's your favorite store to shop at? Do you ever go to the West Farms Mall?
Yeah, sometimes.
You really do?
Mm,
And
not
what's your
actually.
favorite store to shop at? Like Shein?
I don't know.
Shein?
I don't shop a lot, but it's
Tons of time. 10 minutes. Isn't it so? You don't shop a lot?
yeah, I
Do
don't.
you do a lot of Amazon?
Yeah, sometimes.
DoorDash?
No, no DoorDash. I prefer eating the dining hall.
Isn't it
actually.
nice? Is it still called the Daisy?
The Ming, I think.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, Daisy is our new market for.
And then now what were you, like when you go to Porter's, I know that you're either a mink, possum,
Squirrel.
I don't want to be a squirrel. Are you a squirrel? Oh, she got squirrel. I don't want to be a squirrel. I don't want to be a possum though either. Mink, possum, squirrel, and it's not raccoon, is it?
That's it. Just those three.
Oh, there's just 3?
Yeah.
There are? And then it's gone like, so your entire grade is squirrel?
No, it's dependent on like their old girl. So my old girl was a squirrel, and they've
Really? I
down.
can't believe it. And then they pass it down, so it's very, oh, that's great. Now, will you have any grandparents or anything coming from China to watch you graduate? Maybe.
Yeah,
I know.
maybe.
Or is Jack more important? Sometimes that happens, you know. People have a favorite. Not their fault. I can't believe, and her brother Jack is getting his PhD at UPenn. Mm-hmm. He is?
Yeah.
Jesus. Smart, right? And he went to where my sister's kids go, Tabor Academy. And then if we need more paint, we just grab it. Now, do you have art supplies in your dorm or not really?
A little bit, but
You really do?
yeah, but I like going to the art studios.
Oh, you'll love it. We love it. And then I'm going to leave this with our camera girl. She's having a baby. We're hoping it's a girl. But we don't care if it's not because you know what? You can't just hope for that stuff. You know? It's like I had a boy like you and Jack. So I had a boy and then I had a girl, which is like exactly what you want. But I mean, you can't plan that stuff.
Yeah.
And then people get mad and they have like 6 kids because they're waiting for that girl or that boy. And then you end up with all these kids and no money just because you wanted like a different sex. It's crazy. And there's more white there too.
Thanks.
And then, oh yeah, we put a ton. And then, isn't it funny? So these people, do they tell you to drink a lot of water? Do you drink a lot of water?
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably why her skin's so nice. So people tell me, Dawn, you need to drink a gallon of water a day. And I'm like, what? You know what? I can't do it. As a matter of fact, when this show is over, like I'm ready to just race to the back. I can't drink a gallon of water a day. I don't know how people do it. But did you notice people have huge things of water? Constantly, right?
Yeah.
The teachers, the most, right? They have big jugs of water. It's like, how do you even do that? And this is going to be a gorgeous painting. And we don't care about wasting paint because paint is very, so you can mix up whatever. And then if you don't like mine, you just, yeah, see, I'm just going to go, look at that. Oh my God, I don't know if I like that.
Nice.
We are
How
just
fun.
like, I mean, it's like a caramel. Yeah, I know, isn't it great? And just frost it at the end. Now, it's kind of something that probably Greer wouldn't teach because Greer's more like, he went to Yale. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did? He went to Yale. So I went to Boston University. Yale's like a step up, but we're both trained pretty much the same. So we paint naked people all day long. Did you paint naked people? No. At Porter's sometimes?
No, actually.
You didn't?
I think they were gonna to, but
Ugh.
COVID.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, I mean, the way to paint is you got to paint nude people. And you get used to it, actually. And the models are weird. You know, they're nice people, but, you know, who wants to sit in a chair and pose naked? I mean, I don't know. Not me. But we always had, like, interesting people. Let's just say that. But Yale, same way. You have nude models. And it's not a big deal. Like, you get used to it. You know, sometimes you had someone with a great body, sometimes not so much. I mean, it didn't matter. It's just, you're just learning how to paint, so it didn't matter. But it was weird. And then the same model would sit in the same chair. You know, they wouldn't even put like a blanket down. They would just sit in the same chair as the last guy. And I was like, oof. And we're just going to, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to paint, you know, nudes. And so you'll go to China. Right when you graduate, you think you'll go?
Yeah, just like.
You will? Can't you wait? God, are you going to love it? I can't even believe it. Now, how long is the plane flight to go to China? I've never been. Like 20 hours?
Yeah, long.
Not as long as Australia, though, right?
I
think Australia's.
It's like
You think the same? Like 20 hours, 26 hours?
Yeah.
And what's the airline called?
I'm not sure.
I know, me
There's a couple
neither.
different ones.
I don't know. Perfect, Rich. You've got 5 minutes. Can you even believe it?
5 minutes left?
Yeah, it's quick.
Wow, it's so quick.
Doesn't it go by so quick?
Yeah.
Look at yours, is gorgeous. We'll show them in a minute.
Cute.
I mean, it's gorgeous. And I mean, these are great little paintings. Like, you could go home and like literally do a bunch of these, especially when you're stressed out, school's hard, and you're like, oh. And sometimes the art majors, you know, could just be, you know, not to be mean because I'm an art major, but, you know, sometimes people can just be straight out weird. And, you know, it's fine. I don't know if you know this, but I don't hang out with a lot of artists. I love artists, but I just don't hang out with a ton of them. Yeah, I prefer, like, I don't know. Like, all my friends are, like, business majors. I don't know. They own companies. I don't know. It's nothing against artists. I have a lot of musician friends. Do you like music?
Yeah.
What do you like?
I listen to pretty much anything.
You do?
Yeah.
I just said I don't like the new
classical
Taylor Swift album, and someone got mad at me. I said, I just don't like it. And this girl goes, oh, we don't like you anymore. I said, I love her. I think she's a great girl. I think she's extremely talented, but I don't like the new album. I don't know why. I don't know. But I like, my kids like Tyler, the Creator. Do you like him?
Yeah.
Isn't he so good? That's what my kids like. They like a lot of rap, you know, which is crazy. Now, you can do the bottom black if you want. I did the bottom lighter on this one, so maybe I'll do it lighter. And you can always grab a new brush. You know, I always have brushes hanging around here. I think I'm going to do my bottom. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it like, I don't know. Maybe I'll try this kind of color.
Nice.
I don't know if it's going to work. You know, you can always switch it. Like, that kind of looks okay.
There's no right or wrong with
There's no right or wrong with art. Exactly.
It's all fun.
And then, I can't even believe it. I haven't been to New Canaan forever. We have friends from New Canaan where she's from. They're the Pines. I was telling her. George, vice president of NASCAR. Now, president of Bruin. I think it's called Bruin. I don't even know. But it's a very nice place to live. Have you always lived in New Canaan your whole life?
No, I moved there
Like when?
in 6th grade
Oh, you did? From where?
from China.
You did? Are you kidding? You went right from China to there? I can't believe it. Now, I'm going to show mine. Rich is coming out with the 2-minute thing, which means I got to wrap it up, which is perfect because all this water people are telling me to drink, it's not working out. I can't drink a lot of water. Do they have good food at Porter's still?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Now, can you just bring stuff
Variety.
back to your room, or you're not allowed to? You can, right?
Yeah, you can.
I love mine. Rich, don't you love it?
It's cute.
I love it. And then what I do, Angel, when I sign, hold on. Everybody thinks, I mean, I don't have much going on here. I have a pen. So when I sign my name, what I do, it's not working, so let me try to see if I can find a pencil. When I sign my name, I don't like to have it fancy. Well, I like it fancy, but I don't like it legible. So like what I do when I sign mine is I just write it right into the paint like that. And then I do 2024. And my dad always says, Dawn, you can't read that. And I also go by a man's name. I know it's awful, but I mean, Angel and I were just talking about it. Like all the fashion designers are men. A lot of chefs, I don't know if you've noticed, but when you watch like cooking shows, there's hardly any ladies. They're all guys, you know? So like as a woman, like I'm not a huge feminist because like I don't like to, what do you call it? These people are protesting. Like I'm not a protester.
Yeah.
Like I keep my mind to myself and I talk to my friends about it, but I don't like to protest. I don't know. It causes problems. It makes a big deal. But anyway, people say, why do you sign your name as a guy? And I'm like, I don't know, because it's kind of like a man's world. Like all the artists are all men. And it's not their fault. It's not our fault. It's just that a long time ago, women stayed home with the kids. You know, I mean, you didn't really have a job. So, like, that's what happened. Like, all the guys took over, and it's nothing against them. But I signed mine as a man's name. And, you know, people end up knowing I'm a girl, which is fine.
And why not? Names are names.
I don't know. I just kind of use a guy's name. It kind of works. So we're going to wrap it up. Let's show ours. Let's see. Ooh, we don't know whose is better. Look at hers. Like, gorgeous. Sometimes I'm known to do this. I'm going to do it. Okay, I'm doing it. Sorry.
I got it.
It happens over here. Now watch. I'm coming right up. I'm going to show Angel. Now look at this is hers. Okay, this is Angel. See? I mean, can you even believe it? There's Angel.
Hi.
There's mine. I mean, come on. It's like I'd rather buy this one than mine. So it's like you never know. I mean, hers. It looks gorgeous. Can you believe it? Okay, let's go back. Oh, I can't believe it. So we're gonna wrap it up. We did a great job here. See, I walked away with my thing. The battery fell out. Thank you for tuning in to the Crack of Dawn. I hope my microphone still works because the battery just fell out. But we had a ball. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
I'm so excited.
Yes.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
The water's warm at Jaws Pond, and we're stocked full of treasures. Big or small, we buy it all. We buy and sell fast rides, power tools, vintage guitars, and so much more. Walk the plank in style with our fine jewelry, diamonds, and watches. Plus, we have a huge selection of the latest video games, including the new PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Jaws Pond, conveniently located on Meriden-Waterbury Turnpike in Southington and West Main Street in New Britain.
Follow us on Instagram at nutmeg.tv.